So we took, after we sent Casey and Claire on their way, we took a 7-hour train ride from Barcelona to San Sebastian, and we got in about 9:30 at night. It was very rainy, and the temperature change was drastic. It was like in the 60s compared to like 104 in Barcelona. It was fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, knowing how much I love a good hotel, had reserved a wonderful European hotel right on the
Concha Beach.
Concha.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we came in and it was raining and dark, but all the lights along the coast, it was just a fabulous view.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, it was yesterday, we spent one day here. It was just a beautiful day. I wish we had more time here. It was by far my favorite location so far.
Yeah, it's a Basque city,
Yes.
Full of history. There's an old town that we walked through on our way up to Monte Urgul for sure. But at the top is the Castle Motoca. And it's a battlement that, basically protected this protected bay that is San Sebastian. And
that was actually the most interesting castle we've been in on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a free, like you just go in and explore. And there were places I felt like if we had been in, a touristy paid castle, they wouldn't have let us go into. You could go everywhere here, and you could just imagine the things. At one point, Steve goes, this is some Game of Thrones expletive here.
It did feel like a Game of Thrones set.
Yes.
There was, it looked like a secret passageway to get up into the castle. Looks like perhaps they even used chains across the bay to prevent invading navies, and it's just got that wonderful feel. I love the really old Spanish cannon that are up there.
You realize they're the oldest, like of all the places we've been. They are the oldest cannons that we've ever seen.
Right. One of the things I was looking forward to coming here, and especially into the Basque Country, was pintxos, which is the Basque version of tapas. And big difference. I know at first it was a bit intimidating going into these busy pintxos bars and not knowing what to do, but finally we just kind of owned it. And your first chocolate, a light white wine.
Low alcohol.
Low alcohol.
Because I don't like alcohol.
Yeah. But maybe suddenly you will find an alcohol you like. Does it taste like cider? Or does it taste like wine?
You can taste the wine. It tastes like wine still. Okay.
One thing I forgot to mention about our climb up to Mount Urgul was the English cemetery.
Yes.
And it was a little bit spooky, but it's been there since the 1830s, and apparently they were soldiers who were killed in the first Carlos War, which I think I'll have to do a little research to find out what that was about, but it was probably one of many attempts by the British to colonize Spain.
As you walk along the waterfront in front of our hotel, the Spanish, the royal residence is right down the little promenade, and we did see the outside of it, and it was a nice walk. Found a new way to dry my hair with the ocean breeze, and we had fun watching the kids. There were school groups, and they were standing up near the railing, and the waves were coming up, and they were running and screaming, and then they were all putting their heads over these blowholes, basically. So I had to go try it, and it was a hoot. It was
yeah. One thing about this promenade you mentioned is that it's the beginning point of the Camino Santiago, or at least one of the routes.
It's not the beginning point, but it's one of the routes. So there's many routes to do that. And it's a pilgrimage to Santiago, which is in the northwest part of the country. And now I want to go do it. It's about 500 miles, 479 kilometers. And I'm all about it. I'm like, let's go do it.
Yeah, we saw a few people that apparently were on the trek. You know, they had their hiking poles and backpacks full of water and provisions. And so this is a great place to stage out for if you want to do the Camino Santiago. So yes, I think we'll be back again.
Yes, we will be.
San Sebastian is a beautiful place.
Yes. Someday.